Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Naku, I'm sure narinig nyo na ang balita na posibleng tens of thousands of international students may be sent home dahil po sa mga nangyayaring paghihigpit sa mga rules patungkol sa immigrants, including of course yung mga merong student visa or student permit. Kaya naman, ito na naman, nagpo-protesta na naman po ang ilang mga international students. Nako. Some protests happened in different parts of Canada yesterday. At sa mga reports, sinasabi, all around Canada daw, talagang magkakaroon ng protesta dahil nga dito sa mga posibleng mapilitang ma-deport o mapa-uwi. Ang sabi nila, as many as 70,000 international students posibleng mapa-uwi. Once, lalo na, kapag mag-expire daw yung mga student permits nila this year. Nako. Pero alam mo, naloka ako dun sa mga ilang reports tungkol sa protesta in Brampton specifically. Hindi naman po ito kasi yung unang beses na nabalita na nagpo-protesta ang mga international students sa Canada. Months ago, I think about May, basta earlier this year, they also had some protests. Paano ko ba sasabihin? Kumbaga, it didn't sit well with many Canadians. Parang hindi nila nagustuhan yung paraan ng pag-demand Parang nagde-demand yung mga international students na, kumbaga, bigyan sila ng permanent residency. Okay. Some thought that they are becoming parang too entitled raw sa pagpoprotesta nila. Kasi yung iba sinasabi, ito yung mga earlier protests ang pagprotesta nila nun, parang pinapunta-punta nyo kami dito, pinangakuan nyo kami ng magandang future, tas biglang magbabago-bago lang kayo ng mga polisiya ninyo. Mga ganyan, yung ilang maririnig mo noon. Parang we have the right to apply and become PRs. Mga ganun ba? So medyo hindi, I don't know, ako personally, for me, I think there were more comments na medyo hindi nagustuhan yung ganun nilang pagpoprotesta. But anyway, ito naman, nakita ko sa news, sabi ko, okay, nagpoprotesta na naman sila. It's something I guess I am not surprised with because ang daming ang bagong announcements na ginagawa mula sa Immigration Department, yung IRCC, tungkol sa pagbabawas ng mga bilang ng bibigyan na lang daw ng student visa, student permit, parang by 25% babawasan daw, malaki po yun. At the same time, yung mga PR allocations, basically, mukhang babawasan na rin. So, ibig sabihin, for international students na marami nagpunta dito with the end goal of becoming PRs, talagang mangangamba na rin sila sa kanilang future. So, I thought their protests today or now, similar din dun sa parang naririnig natin. Pero hindi, my gosh, naloka ako dun sa ilan kong nakitang reports na nangyari sa Brampton. Okay, I'll share with you first. By the way, teka muna, just for context. Okay, let me show you this report first, just para lang maset natin yung tone ng discussion. Saan ba nanggagaling to mga international students na to? Bakit sila masugid na nagpo-protesta?
Walk us through why that is. Why are they facing this deportation?
If you remember earlier, the federal government announced policy changes, while now we are seeing the impact of those changes. There are over 50,000 students who took massive loans, spent their family savings, and we never seen numbers like this before. They were promised a new life at one point. Now government is saying, finish your study, go back to your country.
And we have to remember too, on top of the cost of living here.
So parang sinasabi niya, ito yung parang pinanggagalingan basically nung international students. By the way, hindi international student yung nagsalita, reporter yun covering this story. Sabi niya, ayan, about 50,000 international students, meron daw massive loans. Yung iba, ginastos pa yung mga family savings basically, para lang makapunta dito sa Canada. And sabi niya, at one point, they were promised a new life. Naku, ang tanong ko, sino ba nangako sa kanila nun, Tsaka itong massive loans o baon sa utang basically, yan po talaga isa sa mga malalaking problema. And marami tayong naririnig na ganyang storya nangutang sa mga pinanggalingang bansa, pati sa Pilipinas meron pong ganyan para lang makapunta dito sa Canada through the international student pathway. So anong nangyayari habang nag-aaral, talagang doble kayod rin sila sa pagtatrabaho because may binabayaran silang utang sa pinanggalingan nilang bansa, tapos kailangan nila sustentuhan din yung mga sarili nila dito, di ba? Grabe, di ba, ang hirap. Pero ang tanong, is that, something that you should blame the government for? I don't know, ang hirap naman kung ganun. I mean, I don't think that Canada, told anybody na, sige, mangutang kayo, punta kayo dito sa amin at bibigyan namin kayo ng magandang buhay. Ang hirap naman Pero, that gives you an idea, siguro bakit talagang pinaglalaban ng marami na makastay dito. Okay? Sige, now moving forward, pupuntahan ko naman itong mga bagong protests. Very interesting. Hindi ko alam kung matatawa ako o maiinis ako. Kayo nga sabihin niyo sa akin how you feel about this report, Eto na. Tingnan niyo, this is from Blog.to. More Ontario college students are protesting over their failing grades. Nagpaprotesta sila dahil bumagsak sila sa kanilang mga klase o sa subjects, sa kurso. Seryoso ba? Sabi ko, okay, anong gusto nila mangyari? So parang, nabasa ko to and other similar articles, basically gusto nilang ayusin nung mga college yung grades nila at palabasin at pumasa sila. Bakit? Okay. Naku, medyo mahaba, no? Pero I'll just get some snippets. Ito sabi niya, another group of post-secondary students in Brampton, ayan, dyan ako galing, has the public talking this week, largely in the form of criticism for protesting about failing their classes. Okay, tignan mo tong line na to. Basically, they are claiming that their school has failed them for no reason. Hindi daw nila alam bakit, for no reason. Kaya sila bumaksak. At ito ang nakakaloka dito, guys. Okay. Kasi actually, maraming nag-viral, kumalat itong story na ito sa isang Twitter post. Nakita ko rin siya. Pero sinanayit naman dito sa Blog.to article na to. Sabi, the students, some of whom issued video appeals that have been translated to English on X and other platforms, say that they cannot tolerate their latest final exam results as they have no time to work and study again. Wala silang oras para mag-aral. Nakakaloka. Totoo ba ito, no? Ay, nako. Nakakahiya naman sa kanila. Kaya naman, ito pala yung pinanggalingang tweet. Ito yun, itong Sammy @Sammy_Canada. Okay, so ito, sabi nung so they're protesting over their failed grades and asking the Punjabi community for support. Etong mga video clips na yan, medyo hindi ko na ipe-play kasi asa lengguwahe po nila. Pero tin-translate. So anyway, hindi na rin ako na-surpresa na medyo hindi rin maganda ang feedback ng mga, netizens dito sa story nito. Nakakaloka. Tapos nakaka-research ko na to, nalaman ko na this isn't the first time that some group of students protested over their failing grades. Okay? Parang may nangyari din ganitong rally. I think na, ko din dito puntahan natin. May nangyari ding similar protest sa ibang school naman just a few months ago. Pero nakakaloka, yung school na yun gave in and actually ended up adjusting the grades of many of the protesters. Aba, kalain mo nga, di ba? Sana ba yun? Tignan mo, this was way back in January pa. O sa Brampton din, Nakakaloka. But anyway, ayun na nga, ito naman, pinasa nila. Okay? What do you think about that? Alam mo, ewan ko ba, ang hirap magsalita, magbitaw ng mga salita, kailangan maingat din ako, syempre. Hindi naman po sikreto na may isang lahi po na madalas sila po yung nagpo-protesta. Nagtitake part sa mga international student protests na yan. Ako, I'm relieved in a way and I'm happy na hindi naman ako nakakita ng mga Pilipinong international students taking part in those activities. Alam mo, kahit affected rin naman yung mga international students sa Pilipino sa mga changes sa rules, I don't think naugali natin ng mag-take part sa ganitong mga protesta. No? Instead, we, quietly find a different way to address kung ano man yung problema natin. 'Di ba? Buti na lang din, 'di ba? I mean, I think yung mga Pilipino, hindi naman tayo yung tipong sisisihin natin yung gobyerno ng Canada. Especially sa mga panahon ngayon, ano? I mean, should we get mad at Canada for enforcing policies that it thinks will help their citizens and permanent residents? Syempre, ang hirap naman makipag-argue doon, di ba? Hindi natin naman siguro pagpipilitan yung sarili natin dito insist na parang niloko nila tayo. Hindi naman yata natin ugaling ganun. Ay, nako. So, what do you think about these protests? Alam niyo ba, so may isang reporter ako na napanood who tried interviewing some of the protesters yesterday. Itong mga nagrereklamo na binagsak daw sila. Okay, papakita ko rin sa inyo. Hindi siya kinausap ng mga nagpo-protesta. Okay, they accused the reporter, of being racist. Okay, puntahan ko din yung clip niyan. Nakita ko Hold on. Ito. Sa Twitter na lang although YouTuber talaga tong reporter na to. I've seen his channel and he really talks a lot about mga sentimiento niya about illegal immigrants. Parang ganyan. Meron din siya mga concerns about mass immigration. And ayan, mahilig siya mag-cover ng mga rally ng mga estudyante. Okay, tingnan natin yung pagpunta niya doon sa Brampton.
All right, well, as you just saw there, the protest organizer, well, they're now saying, "Go back, racist." Interesting. They don't want to speak to us, and I'm not exactly sure why. At first, they thought we were Rebel News, but we're not Rebel. And then they said, "Oh, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to talk to you anyway." But we do want to give them a chance to speak about why they're protesting, to explain why they feel as though Acumen College has failed them in the wrong way. And they're not very happy to see us. They're saying, "Go back, fake news, racist media." It seems as though they don't want to have any of their ideas challenged. But frankly, we're not even here to challenge their ideas. We actually just want to give them a chance to speak to us.
O, diba? Nakakaloka, no? Ay, nako. Alam mo, kasi iniisip ko, kung ikaw nagpo-protesta, yun nga isa sa main goals mo di ba? Para malaman ng sambayanan yung mga hinaing mo. O, di ba? Pero, meron na mga reporter lumapit sa kanila, ay naman sila kausapin. Although, I think they are accusing him of being racist. Hindi na natin alam kung totoo man yun. Hindi natin alam kung saan sila nanggagaling pag sinasabi nila yun. Pero kayo, what do you think about that? Ito bang pagprotesta ng ganyan nakakatulong sa kanilang cause? Diba? Nakakatulong ba yan? Yan ba ang tamang paraan para itulak nila yung mga gusto nilang mangyari? Pero ako na lang. Ito lang sasabihin ko, I'm so happy na hindi ako nakakita ng mga Filipino international students taking part in those. So yeah, that's just it. By the way, maraming salamat sa mga nagko-comment pala sa last few episodes ko. I have some to read out dito para naman ito. Okay. Ayan, ayan si Lorna. Etong mga comments na po ito, basically tackling yung mga tightening measures ng immigration dito sa Canada, no? Okay, sabi ni Lorna Esguerra, dapat lang magiging katawa-tawa na ang mga immigration rules ng Canada. They need to clean it. Ayan. Thank you, Lorna. Ito naman si USA Canada 1480. Thank God, Canada is the only country I know that allowed tourist visa holders to work undermining work visa. Ayan. Sabi niya, ang realistic advice niya talaga, whether Filipinos would like to hear this or not, is to take the hint. Okay, sabi niya, ito pa. Canada is no longer needing foreigners intending to settle permanently to come in, for now masking as foreign workers, students, or tourists because Canada is full and has its own local economic problems to tackle. Diba? Thank you, USA, Canada. Ito naman. Oh, hi, Jonathan Soriano 8. Ayan, sabi niya, I hope, Ina, you can dig deeper, explore, and contrast sa mga immigration policies pang hihigpit na nangyari dati with the timeline. Sabi niya, it's always cyclical. Maghihigpit, tapos magluluwag, and then magluluwag ulit kapag burned out na raw yung mga staff. Hindi livable wage at gurang na. Okay, nako, thank you, Jonathan, for that comment. Itatry ko, pero my gosh, no, pasensya na kayo if nakukulangan ko yung minsan sa depth at context because hindi po news reporting ang ginagawa ko dito. Okay, this is just, a vlog. I don't even really know what my real format here, but definitely it's not it's not up to journalistic standards. But I'm gonna try, Jonathan, ha. But it takes a lot of time and energy, a lot of research kasi talaga para makagawa ng ganong kagandang content eh. So, ayun. Okay, ito naman si Shocker Dead. Sabi niya, kaya nga parang third world country na daw yung Canada. Dahil sa policy na to. Kahit sino na lang pwedeng pumunta. Before pandemic, masasabi natin napakaganda ng Canada. Pero dahil daw sa mga policy, bumaha na ng mga tao, lalo na galing daw sa isang bansa. Okay? Sabi niya, gusto din daw nila guminhawa ang kanilang buhay. Pwes, dumaan po kayo sa tamang proseso kagaya ng mga unang nag-immigrate. Okay. Thank you, Shocker Dad. Si Pamela, sabi niya, nako, eto na nga. Expect ballooning of the TNT community. Talo talaga pag umuwi ka. Mga Pinoy dito sa Paris, nagtitinda ng halo-halo sa park, nakaka-survive. Hinuhuli, pero bumabalik pa din at nagtitinda daw ulit. Ano ba yun? Okay, lesson dyan. Basta survival, top 1 ang Pinoy. Kahit ano pa ipaglalabas nilang law, policy, rules, etc. Pinoy tayo laban. Yan. Thanks, Pamela, for this comment. Although, hindi ko ini-encourage na mag-TNT, ha, guys. Mahirap ang buhay, okay? So, lalong mas malaking sugal po yan. Kung mahuli kayo, naku po, mas malaking problema ang inyong haharapin. Okay, this one. Nako, si Luis Cote. Stop complain, Filipinos. Oh, nagko-complain daw tayo. You have abused the immigration system for too long. Party over. Stop talking about COVID. We are not there anymore. Kasi yung context ko dun sa isang episode yung COVID. Stop all the fraud and corruption. Canadians are angry about immigration. Beware. Oh, beware daw. Okay. Thank you, Luis. And ano pa ba? Ito si Janet, sabi niya, they should have done that a long time ago. If you are a tourist, then don't aspire to get a job. You are here to visit only. Ayan. Okay, naku, marami pong ibang mga comments pa na pumasok. Maraming salamat po. I appreciate it very much. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Kung ayaw mag-subscribe, kahit mag-like man lang kayo, at least, no? Lalo na if you feel that, nakakapulutan kayo kahit pa paano sa mga episode ko. Kung meron man, please like so that marami pa pong ma-reach yung ating YouTube channel. Okay, so I'll end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!